going on? It's Justin from Nintendo Dads, and I am here today with my thoughts on Mario Tennis Aces for the Nintendo Switch. So, let's begin, shall we? I'm going to start off by saying a couple things here. I'm not a sports game fan. I'm not a huge fan, okay? I do like Mario Golf, which is cool, but I'm not a huge sports gaming fan to start off with. I'm going to tackle this a little bit differently, and I'm going to be very honest with you. Big thanks to Nintendo for providing us a review copy. Greatly appreciate that. It's awesome. I've been struggling with this. Typically, I can grab a game and I can start playing it, and I can determine really quickly whether I really enjoy it or don't enjoy it. And this game has kind of left me perplexed. And for like the last, this is almost 2-3 weeks now since the game has come out. 2 weeks, I think. And I've really struggled with it. I've been playing it more and more. I've been getting further in it. I've been beating areas of it. I've been, and my brain is like having this tennis match back and forth of how I really kind of feel about it. So I want to start breaking down maybe some elements of it, and then hopefully kind of you can sort out whether it works for you or not. So I'm going to start off with my observations and what I think are really good. So I really enjoy the first player, single player match. I think that's really cool. It's good length, 4 to 6 hours. I found it challenging. I definitely found the levels challenging. I felt I had to go back 3-4 times at certain spots. It definitely got you better. I've heard it referred to online as like the 4 to 6 hour tutorial, and in some ways it is. But it does a really great job of teaching you the skill sets and getting you prepared, and so that's really good. I like that. Again, certain areas are wicked hard. You got to kind of find the trick or the method. There's a mirror final boss thing, which is just like mind-boggling, and then you figure it out and it's great. So it's really cool. The end bosses I find are really great. Sometimes in the single player I found like it was the same court set, the same concept, but instead of hitting the ball 400 times, you need to hit it 600 times. Instead of hitting all the points within 90 seconds, you need to do it in 60 seconds. So they recycled ideas from kind of the spots you're going around the map. So, it ramped you up challenging-wise, but variety-wise, there wasn't a lot there. Where the real fun came in is the end bosses, or the battle bosses at the end. Those were really great. I thought those were very unique designs, a lot of fun, very challenging, and the proper level of challenge as well. So I thought the boss battles were really good. Again, 4 to 6 hours, not too bad. Story's a bit thin, right? It's essentially the Infinity War gauntlet on a tennis racket. So there's that. The interstitials between, as you segue between these kind of worlds, are just text dialogue boxes back and forth. There's nothing wrong with that, but it just feels a bit thin. It feels like you probably could have put a bit more there in, but that's fair enough. Then as we go on to, and I think the next area where obviously the game focuses on is multiplayer, right? And the fact that you have an online section, you have an online tournament section. There's a lot of variety for multiplayer, which I do appreciate, right? And I do appreciate you do have your online tournament where you can go against people online. The online tournament thing is actually pretty cool. How they set that up and the idea behind it. I'm going to tell you right now, online is hard. I really struggle with online because the players are really good, which is great. It tests your mettle. So that's good. Then they have a computer online mode, which, you can kind of run through really quickly. There's no huge rewards for the tournaments other than you unlock your next tournament. So I felt that was kind of a bit thin. And then when you decide to try to play like online with a friend, that's where I'm challenged with it, because they want you to create a lobby and a room and then select levels and not select levels that you want. It feels really janky. Example was I saw Marty online yesterday. He's online playing Mario Tennis. Awesome. I want to join him online. Let's have a match together. There was no easy way for me to do that. And that's really frustrating. I actually really equate Mario Tennis Aces very similar to actually ARMS. And in a lot of ways, it's a fighting game. Mario Tennis Aces is a fighting game. It's about that the special dial in the left-hand corner, knowing when to use that, when your opponent's using it, when to block properly, when to attack properly, where you need to position yourself. It's a really intense fighting game, which again remind me very much of ARMS. when you see how ARMS plays online with your friends, and there's a kind of circle, and it's like, oh, I can easily connect with you, or I can challenge you, or we're in this lobby and we're all kind of bouncing around. The games are super short. Boom, I'm in playing with somebody different. Really, I wish Mario Tennis Aces actually allowed for that easy access. You can have your icon on a tennis ball bouncing around a room until you find someone to go against, or a friend, and you can get prioritization. Like, hey, your friend's playing, you want to play? Yes, click, boom. So like the infrastructure for online with your friends is just clunky. It feels, to be very honest, it kind of feels very lazy. It feels like old school Super Mario Kart. Build a room, wait for your friends to show up. Here's a friend code. It just feels unfortunate. And even when you're wanting to select what levels, I don't remember what the level looked like. I don't remember exactly what's there. So it's just titles. Like you could have shown me what the level was with a slide card. You'd be like, that one, that's the one I want. Again, if I go back to like Mario Kart, I can tell like in this world, this is the maps. I know what I'm getting. So it felt half. It felt like it was like, we have a program that's good enough. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy playing it. I'll definitely go back and play it. The matches are very quick and short, whether it's online or whether it's with computers. It's fun to bust off a Joy-Con. The 2-player mode is great to play with the split screen option. Good enough is really, I guess, the way I would describe it. Is I feel like the game is good enough. And someone's described to me like, well, I'm used to Nintendo hitting home runs, using a different sports analogy. And this just feels like a good line hit, right? It's good enough to be there. Like if I was giving it a ranking, I'd give it like a 6.5 or 7. It feels like it was half steps. Like, here's a great idea. Let's have a single player. Cool. Let's throw in these couple things. Let's have an online. Absolutely. Let's throw in these things. Da-da-da. Okay, cool. Let's do that. And it feels like they need to step back and say, like, what's the Nintendo magic? What's the user interface look like? What's the attention to details? Because I think Nintendo is really good at those things. And I don't know whether it's Camelot's decisions for how it works or what's that, but it just feels like the attention to detail, the little user interactions, what I would call the Nintendo magic was lost in this or forgotten about it. It kind of felt very paint by numbers, which is sort of unfortunate. Is it fun? Yes. Do I enjoy playing it? Yes. Will I go back to it? You know what? I will go back to it. And you know why? Because Nintendo's rolling out a character every month. This month was Koopa Troopa. Next month is Blooper. The month after that, I don't know. But like they've already told you, there are 4 or 5 free characters if you go to the online tournament. So Nintendo is rolling out characters later. Why don't you have those characters unlockable in different ways in tasks within the levels within the game? So I don't know. It was good enough. Good enough. I enjoy playing it. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys? Is kind of guess my saying to I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully it helps you a bit. That's Mario Tennis Aces for the Nintendo Switch. It's good enough. If you like Mario Tennis games, it's good enough, I guess. But I've never played any before. This is just a reference from someone who's never played them before. Good enough. Guys, thanks very much for watching. If you like this kind of me breaking down and talking about it, reviews this way, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's all I have. Thanks for tuning in to Nintendo Dads. Bye-bye.